Plain folks, it's an advertising technique. We're going to be looking at advertising techniques over the next 5 videos. It's an advertising technique that suggests that a product is for the good or the value of ordinary people. Ask yourself, who is considered to be ordinary people in society? Also ask yourself, can a product really deliver a good or a value, or reflect that? We're going to look at a variety of advertisements, and whenever you're looking at an advertisement and determining whether it's a plain folks ad, also consider the following. Number 1, are these advertisements successful? The goal of an advertisement is to sell a product to a consumer. If this advertisement is able to have that effect, then it is successful. Number 2, is the advertisement truthful? Most ads exaggerate a little bit, but some are more truthful than others. And number 3, what are the positive or negative consequences of these ads? Some positive consequences might be if this ad speaks to something that is good in society, something that is helpful in society. And negative consequences would be if this ad generates the wrong effect. If it negatively influences the media literate, the young and impressionable. When looking at an ad, the first step is to determine what type of advertising technique it uses. The heading of this ad says, "Serving Coke serves hospitality." The image shows a mother holding a tray of 3 Coca-Cola bottles and her 2 sons, both well-dressed and well-groomed. The text below reads, "You remember and look forward to ice-cold Coca-Cola from the family refrigerator as part of the happiest occasions at home." The use of the word "you" suggests Coca-Cola is speaking to ordinary people. And they have determined that in this certain time period, ordinary people consist of white, middle-class families that are well-dressed, that are well-groomed, smiling, and Coca-Cola is not the only company that uses these types of ads. Throughout the 1950s, you will see most, if not all, advertisements reflect the happy families that are well-groomed, smiling, etc. Your second step is to determine these 3 questions. Number 1 would be, is it successful? We know that Coca-Cola is still a very popular brand today, and it was very popular during the 1950s, generating millions in sales. So yes, it was successful. Number 2, is this advertisement truthful? It may or may not be truthful depending on the type of family. Yes, families enjoy the comfort of Coca-Cola together. But some families have no interest in this type of drink. And number 3, you have to consider the positive and negative consequences of this ad. Positive consequences could be that families like this could enjoy the comfort of a Coca-Cola beverage in the convenience of their homes. Negative consequences would be this advertisement generates a stereotype of what is the typical idealized American family. Not all Americans were well-dressed, white middle-class people. African Americans, Asians, Latinos are in no way, shape, or form reflected in this advertisement. So therefore, the impressionable minds might consider this ad as a norm of what's considered the average American family, when we know in fact that this is far from the truth. Now here is a more modern advertisement. It is a T-Mobile commercial that speaks to family allowances.
Hey, honey.
Hey.
What are you up to?
Just managing the kids' cell phones. To see if Owen does well in math, we give him more minutes. And if Sarah makes honors, we give her more minutes or texts.
So, what about subtracting minutes? Can we do that too?
No worries.
We are so in control.
Introducing Family Allowances, only from T-Mobile. Now you can truly manage your kids' minutes and text. T-Mobile, stick together.
Hey, honey.
Hey.
Now this advertisement reflects the plain folks technique in a more 2000s version, because you have the well-to-do middle-class white American mom and dad who have the money and have the luxury to give their children, a sort of privileges when it comes to their cell phone. And then you have the kids who are fighting outside and probably not going to earn those privileges anytime soon. Consider your 3 points. Number 1, is this ad successful? If you think back to the 1980s and 1990s videos that reflected comedy, this ad could be successful for the fact that it has some comedic elements in it. Also, you could take the more literal approach and consider the idea that T-Mobile is a very successful cell phone company already. Is it truthful? It lays down the privileges that you could give your children when it comes to their cell phone plans, but it may not be straightforward. Oftentimes, cell phone companies have hidden charges or hidden agendas that are not laid out in a straightforward manner. Finally, number 3, what are the positive and negative effects? And this is really up for you to decide. Are the positive effects only for the company, or are they for the families being able to allow your kids privileges on a specified plan? Or are the consequences negative because T-Mobile seems to reflect the idealized family in the 21st century, when some families do not have the money, the luxury, or the privileges to even have a cell phone plan or an internet plan to begin with? And impressionable media literate viewers might mistake this as the average American family, when in reality, again, we know this is far from the truth. For homework, look up a commercial advertisement or another form of advertisement that reflects plain folks, and answer those 3 questions. Once you're done, post your commercial or advertisement on the class Moodle.